I know everyone is excited and waiting for few days to come for the DV lottery results. But this video is not about the DV lottery results. The results will be coming out. Assumption is you are among the winners. What to do? I've been talking a lot about what you need to do. You will fill the DS260, will go all over filling and finishing everything. But we have to talk about what you need to do upon arriving in the United States. I hate to see you work so hard preparing yourself, assuming that you'll be coming here in America and succeed, and you end up being one among the people who don't make it. And it's not because you don't have the drive to succeed or you don't have big dreams. It might be because you didn't know how to start and what kind of mistakes you need to avoid once you are arriving in the United States of America. So in this video, I'm going to explain winning the DV lottery 2021 or any other DV lotteries. What do you need to do first upon arriving in the United States of America? Welcome everyone, this is Ernest Boniface Makulu EPM. In case today is your first time to come to this channel, you are in the right place. One among the most educative channel to give you information about how you can be able to succeed in so many things, about immigration, traveling, going to live in other countries, whether it will be in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, America, whatever country it is. So that will be one of the part, but we are talking about education opportunities, we are talking about writing books, we are talking anything which is positive, we can be able to use it in order to reach our dreams. So in case you haven't subscribed and you are still watching this video, please do so. Click on the button on that one, on that corner, you can be able to subscribe, and remember to like the video, share the video, put the comment below. And if you have a question, I'll be able to go through and answer those kind of questions. So I'm going to talk about 5 to 6 important things which you needed to do upon arriving in the United States of America. Just like a start off on your journey to succeed in America. As I mentioned, it is a very still different ball game. We have our education, we have our work experiences from our countries. Maybe you have bachelor degree, we have high school, we have master's degree from China, from Philippines, from Liberia, from Ghana, from Kenya, from South Africa, from whatever country you are coming from. You have your education, you have your work experience. But remember, you are going to a country with a different type of education, with a different type of consideration when it comes to work experiences. So what you are having, your success you are having, they don't translate direct, copy and paste everything here. So in most cases, you come here, you might be very frustrated, you'll be depressed, it will be not a very easy road. But if you follow certain principles or very few things you'll be able to do, you can be able to have a very good start. So these are the few things which are the very good start, just like to start off. And then I'll break up and explaining if you want to take these things to the next level, what do you need to do? So this video is going to explain the day you took a flight from your country. You have already have the visa, you have everything. Whether you come alone, whether you come with your family, it doesn't matter. You are arriving in the United States. The first airport you arrive in the United States. So for instance, let's say you are coming from Kenya and you want to go, let's say, to Ohio. You are using Ethiopian Airlines or you are using KLM. KLM doesn't go direct to Ohio. It goes to the fewer big airports. So you'll go to one first airport. It might be DC, it might be Atlanta, it might be Houston or Dallas, it might be LAX, Los Angeles, it might be Chicago. It can be one of the big airports, the first airport you arrive in the United States. We call the port of entry. On that port is when you are going to submit your documentation. There is a documents will be given at the embassy, and your visa, which is immigrant visa. You'll do everything over there, and they will welcome you to the great nation of the United States. Sometimes some people, they might tell you, welcome to the United States, but because you are coming as green card holder, they will tell you, welcome home. This is your new home, your new permanent resident of the United States of America. From there, from the port of entry, you are going to your airport, or to the city you are going, unless otherwise you arrive in Chicago, and Chicago is your final destination. But in most cases, you might be going to another airport or another city or another state to start your life. Remember, from the moment you touch down into the United States, your life starts from that moment. Meaning, every day counts. Everything you do matters a lot. So, the first thing you arrive, it doesn't matter. In the first week you arrive, the first thing you do, you apply for what we call social security number. Remember, the address you put in the DS-260, when you are filling the DS-260, is the address where they will be sending your your green card. So the actual green card will be sent to your address, but that card will be sent maybe after a month or a month and a half. So you don't just arrive here and then they give you the card right away. No, but the visa you are having is a green card visa, or you call immigrant visa. So what happens is, you'll take your passport with the visa stamp. You go to what we call Social Security Administration. These offices, they are all over the United States of America. In each city, they have Social Security office. You go there, you apply for the Social Security number. So they will use your passport, which has the visa, and then they'll give you Social Security. So Social Security, if a student applies for Social Security, it will be written with the DHS authorization. That means if a student must work under Department Authorization of Department of Homeland Security, DHS. But if you are coming in like in this situation, your green card, it will be having your name and the numbers. Remember, those numbers are very unique. Don't laminate that card. It's a paper card. So it's just like a card. I'm giving example, just a small card like this one. Don't laminate. You are told don't laminate. And try to memorize the number. Don't start walking around with that card everywhere you go. That you need to know that. Again, the card you will be given within maybe 10 business days. So maximum 2 weeks, you'll be able to receive your actual Social Security card. At that time, you might start applying for jobs, but you cannot sign any job contract because you don't have Social Security number. Because in order to get a job, to start a job, they have to verify if you are authorized to work in the United States. And the Social Security number is one among the most important document which will be able to determine. They will do what we call e-verify and all other things to be able to determine if you are allowed, authorized to work in the United States. And by having green card, you are automatically allowed to work to almost any employer in the United States, no matter how many hours you want to work. So the first thing, apply for Social Security number. But while you are waiting for the Social Security number, start applying for jobs. But at the same time you are starting applying for jobs, you are starting that way. The same day you apply for Social Security, or the same week, go to the Department of Motor Vehicle, DMV, to apply for the state ID. Or you can apply for the driving license. But the driving license will take a little bit longer because you have to study, you have to take the test, you have to do everything. So the easiest way, go and apply the ID, the state ID. So Social Security number to apply is free. State ID, it is just between 20 to 35 depending on the state. Each state has different kind of amount which is required. But most cases it's just like $20, $25, around that. I don't know if there are states they give for free, but I know it's just around that amount. So once you have the social, you have your state ID, you can start apply for jobs. But don't expect, because you have master's degree in nursing, or you have master's degree or bachelor degree in engineering, don't start looking for engineering jobs assuming that you'll be able to get those kind of jobs. Why? Because your work experience in your country, your education experience, you cannot just come here, jump here, and everything goes like smooth for you. As I've been mentioning, let's say you are a nurse, you are not registered nurse. Here you have to be having a license to operate. You are a social worker, you have to have a license. If you are a teacher, you must have a license. If you have been doing insurance, you must have a license. So everything is just like that way. If you have been working in the salon, cutting hair, barber shop, whatever, you must go to school and get a license or certification to cut someone's hair. So everything here is a little bit different because of liability and all other factors. So you have to, first of all, what type of job are you supposed to apply? Apply the jobs which we call the general labor jobs. The jobs which don't require so much skills. The jobs which require just your energy and your good behavior to be able to do. So most of the jobs in the restaurant, most of the jobs in, for instance, in warehouse, most of the jobs, let's say into department store, supermarkets, those are some of the jobs you can be able to start right away and still be getting a little bit better money because you will be paid at least $10 to $15. So for instance, I'm giving an example. If you get a job working with Amazon and your job will be in the warehouse and will be just helping with the packaging, or if you work in the warehouse, let's say they give you $13 per hour. So it depends how many hours you are going to work. If it's a full-time job, average is 40 hours per week. Not every place they are allowed to work more because they will give you your amount and 50% more if you do overtime. So if you want 2 jobs, it's up to you. So the first thing, you need to find a job because in the end you have to pay bills, you have to pay electricity, you have to find the food, you have to pay for transportation. Even if you have someone as a host, there are certain things you have to do on your own. So you must find a job, you must find a source of income as soon as possible. So once you have the social security, you can be able to do that one. So this is the first question I usually receive from people. When I arrive in America, are they going to give me a place to stay? Obviously no. Why? It's because you have to indicate where you are going to stay. Second question I usually receive, are they going to give me jobs? No. No one is going to give you a job. It is your responsibility to find what you want. This is a capitalistic country and a freedom. So if you don't want to work, they cannot just force you to do anything. So you have to apply jobs on your own. But there are a couple easy ways of getting job very quick. You go to the staffing agents, the recruiters. So these staffing agents, what they do, they have jobs. It might be maybe cleaning. It might be job like assembling some computer equipment, or just like general labor at the warehouse. So what they do is, for them, maybe they can go to negotiate with a company that per hour is $20. But they give you the job. They say, we are going to give you a job per hour. We are giving you $15. So that means in each hour you work, they get maybe 5 or 3 or 8, depending on how much they negotiate on that particular job. So it is easier for you to get a job through a staffing agent. Why? Because those people, it's their responsibility to make money. So if they want to make money, they have to find a job for you. So it will be easier for you. They can guide you to fill the forms or resume. They'll do the drug test. Once they finish everything, they'll find every single way for you to get a job. So that is something you have to know. Staffing agent, they will get a job for you. But at the same time you are using staffing agent, apply also on your own. So at that moment, don't start jumping into looking for, let me go to college, let me go and get this kind of certification. Slow down. Take your time, because sometimes we get so much excited about our life in our developing countries. Oh, I was a human resources officer. So you assume that if you come here, you just become human resources. Oh, by the way, I'm a lawyer in my country. Yeah, you are a lawyer in your country, but is the law in your country the same as here? That's one. Second, apart from the law to be the same, but when it comes to the certification, your bar exam doesn't work here. You have to get the bar exam here in America. Then, if you say, okay, for me, let's say I'm CPA. Yes, you are CPA in your country. You are not a CPA certified as a public accountant in America. So, slow down. Don't just jump here. You want to excel. So, there are certain courses. Maybe you are in high school, you finish high school, you have business or something. But if you come here, don't just jump here the first week. Oh, I want to go to college. Or, you know, this course like whatever, like this course maybe business pays a lot of money in Africa. Remember, you are not in Africa, you are in America. So you have to figure out what is your passion. That's number one. What are you able to do? And what makes good money? You can compare all those kind of things and you make a decision on your own. But just don't jump because something works in your country, you assume that it will be working here. No. So for this point, I usually tell people, slow down. Take at least 6 months in America, even a year, before you make a decision to go to study. Because in most cases, you either use your own money or get a loan. You'll get a small amount of scholarship if you get a scholarship. But why are you going to jump quicker while you don't have the bigger knowledge of how to be able, what type of programs or course or profession pays good, and what are the requirements in order to succeed here in America? So take at least 6 months to a year. Slow down, just do the minimum job, get those amount of like $15, $18 per hour, $12 per hour, while you are figuring out how to go from there. So then you take a next move. A next move will be, now I have high school. If I want to take a degree, should I take IT related engineering? Should I take nursing or medical in general, like a dentist, whatever? So you have to figure out what you want. If you already have a degree, should you continue? If you want to do masters, and what type of masters? But certain degrees you don't have to. If you have computer science degree, you don't need to take a master's degree, but you can take some certification. You can decide, okay, let me take maybe Cisco certification. It will be much better. You have a bachelor degree, you have Cisco. It will help you a lot than having a master's degree. So you have to figure out what is given priority, emphasis here. Remember, in America, master's, PhD, not many people have that one. So don't just jump, okay, because you come from your country, everybody has master's and PhD, you think that is here is a big deal. It's not a big deal. We need a lot of work experience. Yes, we need education, but a lot of work experience and the way on how you can produce in very high level of excellence and efficient way. So then at that point, you go to school to see either to do certain kind of certification, licenses, whatever if they're required, or to go for further studies. At that point, you'll be able to do. While you are doing that one, you are still working, but you go now from there, whether you finish that one, you are going for the next move. But remember, while you are starting doing this one, they go together. All these things, they go together. Remember, I've been talking about building credit score or your credit in general. Meaning, if you come from the country where you used to use cash or debit card, here you have to use a credit card in order to build your trustworthiness. Someone, by having the credit score higher number, that means they trust you. You can get better loans. You can get good auto loan, like for the car. If you want to get the mortgage, you can be able to do that. If you get a job, good job, they will be able to look at your credit score to see what is your behavior in financial. Again, if you want to even get an apartment, they are going to look about your credit score, and that will determine if you have to pay like deposit higher or small. They look all these kind of factors in order to determine. So your life will also depend much more about credit. I have so many videos I talk about what mistakes you need to avoid on credit. So the credit cards and the credit score in general, this one is taking you to the next level on how you can be able to build yourself on the next level of professional life. So the next level of professional life, again, you already have work experience already. You have been in America maybe for 3 years, 4 years. You have been working maybe job 1, job 2. They're not very high professional, but semi-professional. You get good money. You go for further school, education, or getting those licenses. You have now licenses. You have good education in America. You have work experience in America. And you have very good credit at that time. Then you take everything to the next level. The next level will be now to go for more professional jobs. Because if they want a supervisor, they want references, they can just go and you can give them, they can ask someone, you have something to prove, something to show that what is your responsibility. If you have been a supervisor in your department, all those count towards for you to be able to go to the next level. So at that point, you can start applying for more jobs and just apply everywhere. My advice will be look for the states which are more affordable basically, and apply for as many states and as many jobs as you want. You cannot just apply like 5 jobs, expect to get 1. You are not the only one who is going to look for these opportunities. And something very, very important to remember, here in America, almost all states, they have what they call in the contract, it's called contract at will, meaning the employer can fire you at any minute the employer wants to do that, as long as it's not discrimination. Let's say, for instance, if a woman is pregnant, you cannot fire because of being pregnant. Or they cannot fire you because you are just black or white, whatever, depending. So they cannot do that. But if for whatever reason the employer can say, from now on, I'm just going to fire you. And you yourself as employee, you have the right, contract at will, you have a right at any moment to quit a job. Forget about those who have to give notice 1 month, whatever. No, here in US, what you are supposed to give the notice is just the courtesy, just by respect. But you are not allowed, you are not required by law. I can wake up in the morning and send the email, from now on I don't want to work. Full stop. You can quit a job at any moment, and they can fire you at any moment. So remember, in building your professional life, make sure that you don't just go to a job and stay for 1 day, 3 days, then you move to another job, move to another job, move to another. Just build it, even if just for a couple of months, like at least 6 months and above. That means you can have someone over there as a supervisor. And don't just quit a job today. Oh, I'm quitting today. Just, even if something comes up is urgent and you got something, try to talk to your supervisor, give them the notice. That means you live in good terms, meaning you might use them as a reference down the road. Or you might get a government job down the road. They want to interview past your supervisor to get security clearance. So those, don't just like, because I'm going to the next step, you go and have bad relationship with your supervisor or your employer. So you have to go building something in that way. So it takes time to go to build something that way. So don't be shy when you come here. You go and start doing washing dishes in the restaurant. You are not going to wash dishes forever, obviously. You are washing dishes in a while. Then you are doing that way. Myself, I've washed dishes. I've worked in the kitchen cooking. I've been, my job was cleaning the toilets. I was just like, I've done every single job, but I had a bigger picture on my end. At the same time I'm working on this one, I get my education, I get my work, and then until now I'm working as a director in one organization here. So that's how you are going to build your professional life, and you are going, by building your professional life, you are going towards American dream. So just assume that for the most of the dreams you are going to reach, at least minimum 5 years to 10 years. That is if you are very consistent and you are in high speed. Remember, you are coming here, you are starting over. So don't come here with expectation like, okay, I usually sell second-hand clothing, and you assume that you will come here and start selling second-hand clothing and make a lot of money. No, you are not going to make a lot of money. And the life here will completely shut you down. You'll be broken, but never accept the defeat no matter what. You might come here, you don't have friends, you stay inside, whatever. Remember, what is the main reason? What is the overall purpose? Why did you decide to come to America? You didn't just come to America just to come to be in America and completely for the rest of your life. You're just in the very, very hard, tough life. Better could say in your home, maybe you could be having more enjoyment life compared to be here. Because here, you can be having a lot of trouble and no one cares about you. Because that is principle of capitalism. So that is what I want to share with you. Quick way. What do you need to do first upon arriving in the United States, especially if you have won the green card lottery? This is a little bit different from if you have come in America through as a student. For instance, what you need to do first will be different from if you come here with a green card. If you come with a green card, you are already in a take-off stage. You are ready to just to go like in the plane, just like a take off. But if you come as a student, you have a long way. First of all, you have to be a student, then you have to go to find the green card, then you go to the next level. But you come from day one, you are already in the take-off stage. You come with a green card. You didn't start this step high with maybe tourist visa or student visa, then to change to green card. You already the green card. So just make sure that you don't do mistakes. Don't start beating women. Don't start like beating kids. Don't start doing drugs. You'll be so much disappointed because you are going to lose every single opportunity ahead of you. So thank you so much, and I wish all the best in your results. And make sure that once you come here, you don't do any kind of mess up once you arrive in the United States of America. I believe in you. I know you can be able to succeed. There are so many resources from the government, from the state you'll be living, from individual, on how they can be able to guide you to succeed. The best thing, just ask if you have any problem. You don't understand anything, ask people out there to help you. Thank you, everyone. Remember to subscribe, and all the best, everyone.